If you should ever take a visit to Science Works and happen to loom near the Lightning Room, chances are you've seen the garage. It's where several vintage forms of transport are held, such as a tractor, a steamroller, and a van. However, the star attraction of the garage is undoubtedly Polly, an 060T cylinder steam engine built originally for Victorian Railways in 1893 by the now iconic Newport workshops, currently preserved under steam rail. So in this video, I will be discussing the history of Victorian Railways Z526 Polly. So let's jump right in, shall we? Our story starts in 1893 when Victorian Railways ordered what would be the Z-Class from the Phoenix Foundry in Ballarat, Victoria. They built two engines, Z522 and Z524, both being a pair of 240T passenger motor locomotives with their full length covered in with an extended cab. The cab was eventually cut back to reveal parts such as the chimney and dome. Around the same year, in June 1893, Victorian Railways would construct the very first locomotive to be made at Newport workshops, and will become the third and final member of the Z-Class. Numbered Z526, this locomotive looked different from the previous 240Ts that came before it. Z526 was built in 060 wheeled arrangement, and was built more similar to a conventional steam locomotive. After being built, Z522 and Z524 would work passenger services, with Z526 being allocated to the Princess Bridge Depot for shunting and pilot work. In 1904, Z526 was called to Newport workshops to be rebuilt. The result has Z526 modified to house a steam-powered crane on top of the boiler, and overall resembled VR's other steam crane locomotives. It was also renamed to number 3. It was also around this time that the engine gained the nickname Polly. In 1910, the first of the Z-Class engines, Z522, was withdrawn from service, with Z524 following it in 1911. And both were subsequently scrapped. However, Polly remained in service. It was usually based at the former North Melbourne Locomotive Depot, but would travel to help clear derailments, usually alongside crane locomotive number 2. It also got to travel to the Newport workshops where it was built to assist in the construction of various vehicles, such as the Spirit of Progress S-type carriages in 1937. It would also help clear out any messes or other wrecks caused at the works. During its career, number 3 would also use various tenders from scrap locomotives, such as a tender from an old R-Class or one from an H-Class. These tenders were also shared with other steam crane locomotives. Surprisingly, number 3 managed to surpass many VR steam locomotives and stayed in active service even long after dieselization had struck Victorian Railways. Number 3 was withdrawn in June 1978 after it spent its final working years at South Dynon. Prior to withdrawal, it had been the oldest operating steam locomotive in commercial service with VR, and had been one of the last steam locomotives. Number 3 was retained for preservation, and in 1981 was restored to its 1890s appearance of Z526 at Newport workshops, completely removing the steam-powered crane. The restoration was undertaken by Victorian Railways in collaboration with the Museum of Victoria. Plans were made to have Z526 displayed at the Newport Railway Museum, but however these plans were eventually abandoned, and was eventually transferred to its current home at Museums Victoria, now Science Works. However, in 2016, Z526 will be transferred to its original build place of Newport Workshops for its annual Steam Rail Open Day, where it's displayed with 2 Victorian-era coaches, those being 309Y and 4X, both of which are owned by the Victorian Goldfields Railway for the Colonial Express. Following the event, Z526 was moved back to Science Works, where it now resides as a permanent attraction. Z526 can currently be found at the Garage Building, just beside the Lightning Room at Science Works, and can only be seen through a front glass panel in the front door of the building. It is on display alongside other forms of vintage transport, including two rollers, one being a steam-powered and one being diesel-powered, along with a tractor, a van, and a steam traction engine. However, if you want more train goodness, then why not head over to the Think Ahead exhibition inside the main building at Science Works. Because in the center of the room of the exhibition, there is a massive display case featuring models of boats, planes, cars, and of course, trains, all of which are custom-built engines. Some of the models include an R-Class, a Gerald E. B-Class diesel, a DD Class, an A2 Class, number 708, and the iconic Puffing Billy NA Class. The display also features a model of William Hadley's Puffing Billy from 1813 and Stephenson's rocket from 1829. So yes, that's pretty much Polly's whole story. From a small grimy crane engine who was busy doing dirty work, to a smart museum exhibit at one of Victoria's most popular attractions. I hope it whether be rain or shine, I hope Polly continues to inspire and interest many more rail enthusiasts to come, which just goes to show you should never overlook a little engine like Polly. So, if you want to visit Polly at Science Works, the address for Science Works is 2 Booker Street, Spotswood, Victoria 3015, or you can go to their website at www.museumsvictoria.com.au to make a booking. It's definitely worth the visit. Anyway guys, that's going to be it for this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you can be notified when we upload new videos. Also, I want to give a special shout out to Muha Productions for making these cartoon emotes of me. I'll definitely be using them in my next video, hopefully, if it doesn't take me too long to animate. But anyway guys, until next time, this is Railway Films signing off. Bye everyone!